Hi folks, today we're going to look at the InkCase Plus, which is a very clever little thing, it's actually an e-ink screen which pairs with your phone via Bluetooth and lets you do stuff and read stuff on the low power e-ink screen rather than having to waste the power using your phone. It's rather like those of you who saw our Yotta phone review with the dual screens, one on the back and one on the front. This is the same kind of idea, except it's a standalone. It's a separate unit. So before we get on to the actual demo, what's in the box? Let's have a look, shall we? So we have a USB charge cable, surprise, surprise, and a owner's record, and we get a very sweet little user guide. So how does it work? Well, quite simply, you pair it with your phone via Bluetooth, InkCase Plus, CF, whatever it is we see on there. And once you've done that, you can basically just switch it on and select probably there's a companion app which you can download free, which comes with it, and it'll connect up, or if it doesn't, then you have to do the connection manually. And then once it's connected, you're ready to go, basically, to use the applications. The companion has actually got some apps, the apps that you've got installed built into it, so you can do everything from the companion, and you can also download apps. It's like its own little mini app store, as you can see here. So if you just want to download a new app, you just press on there instead of going to the Play Store, and it will download it to your phone and stick it in here for you to open. So if we open up the reader, this is the reader app, the ebook reader, so you can read your ebooks on the ink case. What you have to do is make sure that you've got the settings done here, so you have to do that, and then it says read on InkCase. I don't even see that. That's a bit bright, isn't it? There you go, read on InkCase. Hit that button, and lo and behold, there you go. So the idea is you can now keep this phone in your pocket or in your bag and read the book using this little very low power e-ink, and it's rather like having a very small, not very small actually, it's a 3.5-inch screen, but having a small book reader with you. I've got the sounds coming from the phone. It's not from this unit. And that's basically it. So it will display photographs, it will display e-books as we're seeing here. It does actually have an option to get a case with it, so you can actually attach the case to particular phones. I think Galaxy, Samsung phones and iPhones or Samsung phones and that sort of stuff, and you can stick this into the case and then use it on the back, rather like the Yotta phone. It's a bit thicker, of course, but I quite like the idea that you can also set it up to get notifications and all that kind of stuff. So you're not limited to simply using it as an ebook reader. Again, rather like the Yotta phone, it can be quite useful to do things like snap barcodes, for instance, for something like a boarding pass. So if I try this here, take a shot of this, I can do this one-handed, take a shot of this barcode, if I can get it in focus. There you go. Once I've got that done, I can edit it and send it. Of course, I didn't do it properly. I should have moved the image properly. Let's send it again. And there you go. And so that's now my boarding pass. So again, I can put the phone into my pocket, carry this around with me, and just swipe this in front of whatever I need to swipe it in front of, and Bob's your uncle, as they say. The final thing to show off is the sports app, which is quite clever. This is actually designed, I think mostly this is designed for something like, let me do this at 5. This is designed for people who cycle and stuff like that. So the idea is you have the ink case sitting on your bicycle on a stand or whatever it is, and then you have the phone in your pocket or in your bag or whatever, and what happens is every depending on what you set the timing, every 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever it's seconds, the phone will send an update of whatever is happening in the sports app to the little e-ink, low power e-ink screen. So if you're on a bike and you're trying to check your average speed and how long you've been out and traveling, and maybe you can put in your calories and all that, and how far you traveled, this is a little computer, a little low power computer, instead of using your phone on the bike. And it'll keep going even if the phone's off and not doing anything. Every 10 seconds it'll refresh, which is pretty efficient. It's not real time immediate, but then again, do you need that kind of responsiveness if you're saving that much power? So there you have it, the InkCase Plus, the second screen for your phone, they're calling it. It recharges via the micro USB on the bottom there. It lasts about a month, so you get a goodly amount of time out of each charge, and which is again a representative of the e-ink screen, which makes this such a powerful combination. And yes, you can change the font size on the app to make this more legible. In the InkCase Plus, yeah, I like it. It's kind of a dinky little thing. I can see quite a few uses for it, alongside your old phone. Another thing to charge, of course, but hey, what the heck. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more cool stuff. Thanks very much.